Welcome to a YouTube short. This is Is This Real Extra with Pope Tony
I'm in the pub.
and Mr. West,
Yo,
and I'm JC3. Welcome to the Green Hour Media YouTube page. So on this little short, we're going to be talking about the what is this? The
Titan
the
sub?
Titan sub. That-
Fuck the rich.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Going right off the bat.
Yeah, right off the bat,
Okay, let me ask you a question. Joey, do you feel sorry for them?
I feel sorry for the families. I don't feel sorry for the people on the work. Well, now the liquid people.
What about you, West?
Yeah.
You feel sorry for them?
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't know that shit was gonna fucking implode on them.
True, they didn't know that.
So
I mean, they could have kind of guessed it if they had scientific, reasoning behind them.
just because they have money doesn't mean that they have to be shown complete apathy.
Okay, I'll agree with you on that. I mean, yes, they had a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
but here's my question: Where is most of your anger, Matt? If you have any, where is that mostly directed towards?
Oh, the company.
Rush,
It has. I'll be honest. It has nothing.
crushed Rush, as I like to call
Yeah,
him.
it has nothing to do with the people who got on that because they were just people who sat there and paid.
Yeah, they
To go see the Titanic.
They wanted an experience. They wanted an underwater experience that unfortunately they never.
Well, they got an underwater experience.
Yeah, they got the full Titanic experience.
Yeah.
It's like they paid for a trip and it was a one-way ticket.
Yeah.
So they got what they paid for, but at the same time, I'm mad at the company for not doing their due diligence with that
Well.
sub.
Well, I mean, first of all, like that sub should have. Okay, not even should have's or whatever, but if I'm behind a company that is going to be exploring the underwater seas and shit, I would think that there's going to be people that's designing these subs that can withstand certain amounts of pressure.
Yes, that's a very good point.
So if you're making okay, just off rip, if you're making no less than military grade subs for tourists, you shouldn't get on it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
That's
And
my
here's the
that's
thing.
my opinion on it.
When you make a
'Cause
submarine,
those subs can go at least like 4,000 meters, which is meters.
Yeah, but
3
even
feet.
those military subs, they never are gonna go down that.
No,
depth.
they can't go. They can't go down that depth
Exactly.
because the Titanic, from my understanding, is about 12 and some change, but roughly about 13,000.
12,500.
13,000, about 13,000
Yeah.
meters,
feet. It's feet.
feet,
Yeah.
whatever, under the water.
Correct.
That's huge. That's a big amount of difference compared to like the pressure down there would kill anybody.
Exactly. Now, here's the thing. We have Rush Stockton, who is the CEO of Ocean Gate. He decided to skip safety precautions and streamline this ship. Now, most of the time, submarines are made out of one material. Because when you start mixing and matching materials, you're not accounting for their individual tensile strengths. If you make it out of one material, you know exactly how much it can withstand.
If
Exactly.
it's made out of aluminum, you know exactly how much aluminum. Obviously, aluminum
Correct.
wouldn't be in this case.
Now,
but
the
if you're going
inside,
with
the
stainless
ins-
steel and shit.
exactly. Now, the inside portion of where they were, they were
Thing.
inside of, that tube was made out of titanium, and then the outside tube was made out of a different material. Two different strengths.
Yes.
And after repeated dive and no safety inspections and no place to take this to because they didn't have to be regulated, wear and tear set in. And they got crushed. The ship imploded under 1 millisecond. It's like
It's like a
0.001 of a
It's a nanosecond.
It happened instantly. The only saving grace is these motherfuckers did not suffer.
Oh, wow.
They
no.
became instant human salsa the second it fucking popped.
One of the most recent memes that I saw is the meme of it was Sully looking at the garbage contractor thing of Boo, and they're like, "My boy." So that's the one I saw, and I was laughing my ass off at it.
Here's the thing. Where do you stand on a moral playing field about the idea of like you're visiting a graveyard? Where do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, you visit graveyards all the time.
Yeah, but usually you go to graveyards to look for ghosts or to pay respects.
Okay, so I someone asked this to me on one of the lives, right? TikTok live. Is this real PC? Go follow us on TikTok. I do believe the Titanic should be studied
Uh-huh.
for scientific reasoning.
What reasoning?
It could be anything. Could be the more information we get about the Titanic, the more we can learn about the Titanic, and the more we can sit there and figure out.
I mean, to be honest
Why
with
and
you,
how?
what is there anything to study that we already don't know? Obviously, we know that the ship. We know what the ship was made of when they made it back then. We know how it went down. We know how much time it took for it to go down. We know the reasonings why things were going down, like boilers going off.
Well, one thing that you can
and
sit there
the ice and the iceberg and this, that, and the third, and you can account that X amount of people died. What is there left to study?
Well, the one thing I would sit there and say this would be here to study would be, okay, so at that depth, we're seeing that the actual submarine crushed, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't the Titanic do that?
Well, the Titanic's made of a different material, and it was also.
But it wouldn't be material that would be used to that pressure.
Hold on a second. The reason why the ship imploded was because you had a different pressure inside the ship
Well,
than
yeah,
you had
and
outside the
yes,
ship.
I get that.
When the Titanic sank, the first half of the ship, the bow, right?
It was already under the water.
It was already under
And
the
they were
water. It
filled
was
with
already
water.
filled with
Yeah,
water.
okay.
It didn't have to be crushed. The other part, the
There's
bow
no
of the ship.
There's no vacuum
sorry,
in there.
exactly. The stern of the ship did implode on the way down because it bobbled up and down before it's fully submerged. On the way down, that pressure in the air in there did make it pop. That's why when you look at the stern of the ship, it's more pancake-like. It didn't just smack the ground and get flat. It imploded on the way down and corkscrewed and then eventually hit, which is why it's severely more fucked up than the stern section of the rather it's more fucked up than the bow section of the Titanic. Here's the thing.
Dad, make sure the garage doors.
You have the CEO who skips safety procedures,
They're here.
piecemealed a submarine out of Home Depot parts, used the Logitech remote control.
Can we stop saying that?
move
Because
it.
we don't know if Logitech actually made it.
No, it was a Logitech.
It was a Logitech?
It was a
It
Logitech.
was.
That's confirmed.
The guy was showing it off on. I saw it on one of these reels
Exactly.
right before they went down. They're just like, and so he was talking about in this screen we do this is the sonar, and then in this screen it does it gives you all the information of the ship, and then you can do everything touch screen.
Can we just
with this remote, and he also showed if you want to go forward, you just hit the right angle stick forward.
Correct.
Can we just talk about the one thing of how the window did pop?
Yeah.
Because the window wasn't pressurized correctly, or that
No,
window
the
wasn't
window was
correct for that pressure.
Well, yeah, it was 5 inches of plexiglass, is what I read or saw. No, it was from Rush's mouth in the one video, and he said it goes in about 3/8 of an inch when it goes. The deeper it goes, like under pressure, it actually collapses in a little bit, and you would see a warning sign. You would see crackles. I'm like, that shouldn't be a fucking warning sign.
Yeah.
Here's what I read that is really terrifying for me. Apparently,
Allegedly.
they knew something was wrong because the sandbags were cut. Now, they put sandbags to weigh the thing down to help it sink faster. The sandbags they found at the bottom of the ocean on the floor were still intact, which means at some point they realized something was wrong and they cut the sandbags off, which is normal protocol, so they would make it ascend. And then when it wasn't ascending fast enough, they cut the cage off from the bottom of it. Because again, it was found, from what I read, not damaged. So I think the story goes that at some point they heard a crack and Rush decided to cut the weight. And when they realized they weren't going up fast enough, he cut the cage and it still wasn't out of the danger zone. And next thing you know, human salsa. Just crushed, gone.
That.
So
his last 2
here's-
minutes
so
was
here's my,
like
so
pretty.
here's my question.
Yeah.
When they decided to design the submarine, they were designing it with the intention of it for it to withstand 13,000 feet
Yeah.
of pressure, of ocean pressure.
While cutting off as much safety protocols as they possibly could. Get rid of all the safety things because the rich, we don't give a fuck about safety measurements. It's the same thing that happened with Exxon and the oil in the sea in the Gulf of Mexico because they cut safety shit away from it, so problems happen. It's what happened with the fucking chemicals on the train track earlier this year.
Which
They
apparently still seems to be fucking happening.
They skipped out. We're going to cut away because all the safety things cost too much money for us to do it right. So when you take money away from the safety checks and inspection, what happens? Tragedies happen.
Oh, all the time.
And this is a tragedy. The only person I actually do feel sorry for is the 19-year-old kid.
I don't.
Why?
He signed the waiver.
He did because his father asked him.
No. I don't care if you're 19 years old. You should know this is danger.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do feel this is a
I have a
19-year-old
question.
kid
I have a question. If you
whose father was like,
at 19 years old, are you signing a waiver that says death 3 times on it? Now you might be in a different mindset because you might think
because
that
your
sounds
father's
fun.
sitting there going, dude, come on, it'll be fun for us. I'll buy you the ticket.
I don't care.
We're gonna go
That's peer
down.
pressure.
They've done.
That's still
He was peer pressure. He's
peer
19 years
My
old.
question at peer pressure: if you do something illegal, do you still go to jail? Peer pressure?
Yes, you still go to jail.
So the consequences
still,
are the same thing.
The consequences are still the same.
I don't want to.
But I
hear.
feel sorry for the kid.
Yes, Cito.
Tag me in, coach.
All right.
Come on here. Come here, Cito.
All right. First off, hola everyone. Second off, he saw the waiver. It said death.
3 times.
3 times. Not once, not twice, but 3. Tres. 1, 2, 3.
I don't speak French.
Does anybody else speak another language? How do you say 3 in Japanese, West?
Ich ni sang.
San. San is 3 in Chinese.
All right, there you go. 3 times.
My point is,
3 times.
I get it.
3 motherfucking times.
I get it. I
I-
still feel sorry for the kid.
I don't. All right.
Dude, at the end of the
He
day,
deserves
like,
to be sausage like everybody
listen,
else.
y'all have your opinions about it. They have they signed the waivers, whatever. Human lives were lost, so it don't matter.
Well, fuck the. You know,
It
I have
don't
no
ma-
problem
it
with
don't,
that.
It don't matter. It really don't matter. Like, yeah, they
I feel
had
sorry
money.
for the families.
Yeah, they had money to explore and do some shit. Cause come on, if you had that type of fucking money, wouldn't you try to do some
See,
shit like
someone
that?
made a good point about that. Not trying to justify it, but
You would.
they were like,
I would. I
and-
definitely would. If
Exact-
I had $250,000 that I could just go on a fucking sub and try to go down to the bottom of the ocean, best believe I'm gonna do it.
someone was like, to them,
Well, I would spend a little bit more money to make sure the thing actually makes it to the Titanic.
Right,
it
but
was
that's
like
different.
$250,000. To us, that's 2 iced coffees from Dunkin' Donuts. It's like,
To them,
$20
that's-
bucks.
For them, that's like that.
well, it's like $15, $9, some shit. Like it's
I don't know.
nothing
But
to them.
thank you guys for watching this little short on Green Hour Media YouTube.
Fuck them. Fuck the rich.
So we will say
You mad because you not rich? That's what it is.
Oh, of course, but I have no problem saying fuck the rich.
This has gave us the best course of memes throughout history.
Oh,
of
yeah.
this year.
They all died on a
And I
homemade
appreciate it.
submarine. If you want that shirt, head on over to our Green Arrow page where you can buy it. GreenArrowMedia.org. They all expired on
All right.
a homemade submarine.
We'll catch you later, guys. Thank you.